Lovely Inc., the team behind the hilarious office romance My Love for You Is Evermore, has been hard at work on their latest title, a revamped version of their very first Otome, Snowkissed Romance. The team launched a Kickstarter for the game back in January, but folks just did not show out for the campaign, and it ended unsuccessfully. But the Lovely Inc. girlies are back with a new campaign, and I need you all to show it some love. Drawing inspiration from the rose-colored world of Shoujo anime, with its gameplay reminiscent of Japanese Otome classics like Tokimeki Memorial and Angelique, Snowkissed Romance is a must-play for the Shoujo lovers. Set in a charming ski resort in a mystical northern Japanese town, the game takes place during your final winter break before college. What starts as a relaxing holiday soon becomes an emotional journey when you reunite with your brother and his 3 college roommates, childhood friends who moved away years ago, alongside some new faces. Players can immerse themselves in a heartwarming slice-of-life romance with emotional depth, meaningful choices, and engaging stats-building mechanics. I will admit that I was a kid in the 90s, so I wasn't getting into any heart-pounding romances back in the day. But as a lover of 90s shoujo classics like Marmalade Boy, Wedding Peach, and Fushigi Yuji, I have a bit of nostalgia for the romance of the decade. So I was all in for Snowkissed Romance. From the hilariously cringy sayings and dialogue, to the small design details, to the delightfully endearing characters, it's clear Kayla and Yana really put their all into crafting the perfect 90s romance experience. From little things like the yellow text, reminiscent of the yellow coloring of subtitles in 90s anime, to the gorgeous retro character designs. On top of that, the team managed to snag some of the top English VA talent for their cast. And y'all, the boys are plucked straight from the pages of my shoujo manga fantasies. There's Ren, the sweet blonde boy next door heartthrob, who had me giggling like a gremlin as soon as he said, "Hey." Sorry. Next is Yo, who is definitely giving skater boy energy. Man is here with the comedic cringy lines. He took me out with dead ass. Then there's my boy Kichiro, or Chow, cause he is very tsundere. Man is always ready to throw shade, but he is so much fun to tease, and I'm gonna steal that man's sweater. It looks super cozy. So, to help you determine which of the guys is your ideal type, there is a fun teen magazine styled personality quiz. And it not only helps you craft your character and your personality traits, but it helps you pick which of the boys would be the most compatible with you. For my playthrough, the quiz predicted Ren would be my ideal, and I doubted it because he looked a bit too choir boy for my taste. But you know what? The way that man had me giggling and acted a whole fool when I played the demo, that quiz was not wrong. However, the one that stole my heart the most is Shinichiro, the super mega foxy hot barista from the cafe downstairs. Man slick slid in and blew all the other boys out of the water with his soothing voice and gorgeous smile and access to hot cocoa and snacks. Say less. Them other dudes are little boys. Shin is a man, and I needs me a man in my life. While Snowkissed Romance is a visual novel, it does have some light, and I say light, stats building elements to it that make for a more engaging experience. You can go on dates around town with the boys, take on a part-time job, or even just build up your own personality stats. Around town, there are a lot of really fun winter-themed activities to choose from, like skiing on the slopes, ice skating, shopping in town, and even cozying up in the hot springs. Unlike most Otome where you kind of pick a guy and stick with him, Snowkissed Romance has a fun harem romance gameplay style. You can go on single or double dates with up to 2 of the love interests at a time. During the double dates, you pick 2 guys to go on a date with and watch them vie for your affections. Of course, the boys don't exist in a bubble, and depending on their relationships with one another, they can decide to decline, which is exactly what happened to me when I invited Kichiro and Yo on a dinner date. Kichi straight up said, if Yo is going, I'm out. And I had to spend the night hungry and alone in my room. I was devastated. But my double ski date the next day with Kichiro and Ren was perfect because they at least get along enough to suck it up for an afternoon on the slopes. Now, I'm not really one for love triangles because they tend to drag on entirely too long, but it is a lot of fun watching the boys fight over me, and who would say no to 2 hotties showering you with praise? No one, not a soul. Of course, outside of the romance, you can also spend time with your bestie Suki, who is the best girly to have in your corner. Sis is giving Tomoyo from Cardcaptor Sakura vibes. While I'm not 100% cool with her crushing on my brother Toma, she is so much fun and I love her energy. We really need more platonic besties in our Otome games. There is definitely a great chemistry amongst the cast. They're all friends, and even when I wasn't flirting my ass off, there was a really nice casual atmosphere to the game. All of the characters play off of each other well, and some of my favorite moments from the demo were when the boys were joking and teasing one another. The Snowkissed Romance demo covers the first 3 days of your trip, which gives you plenty of time with each of the boys and plenty of opportunities to try out the gameplay mechanics. I was so sad when this demo ended because I wasn't ready to say goodbye. I needed more time with Kichi, yo, and of course my boy Ren. There is seriously so much to love about Snowkissed Romance. This game is clearly a labor of love, both for 90's romance and Otome. Yana and Kayla aren't just amazing creators, they are Otome lovers, and they bring their love of the genre into every story they craft. They have been working hard, and that comes through in the quality at the heart of Snowkissed Romance. So, I want to see the community go as hard for Snowkissed Romance as you have for some of these other Otome games in the past. So, please play the demo, share the game on your feeds, and support Lovely Inc. and the Kickstarter. You won't regret it.